Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and the ice has melted. The ice storm here in West Tennessee is gone, and we need to get up to the apiary up on the ridge, check our bee colonies, see which ones, if any, made it through the ice storm. It is warmed up, and hopefully the bees are flying, so let's take a walk up to the ridge and see how they're doing. What a few hours can make a difference, guys. It is blue skies and sunny here, and you know, we just had that huge ice storm. The pond is still froze over there, but most of the ice is all melted off of the trees, and it is up around 50 degrees right now, and about 50 to 55, these bees start to fly, start to do cleansing flights. You know, they've been balled up around the queen, trying to keep her about 100 degrees when it's so cold, and they move around the frames, eating the honey on the dirt. Certain areas, that ball just moves around. When it gets really cold, they just stay right there in that ball and try to just, and the outside bees that are near the coldest, moistest parts, they start dying off and they fall to the bottom. Now, when it starts to get 50, 55, they'll start to break from that cluster and start taking out all the dead bees and do cleansing flights. They'll start getting rid of all their waste, and they're out looking for pollen and nectar sources. Sometimes, you know, spring flowers bloom early, winter flowers pop up through the snow and the frost, and sometimes they'll find stuff like that. So they're out searching. But we're going to get in today, and I see bees flying. The sun is coming through, and the bees are starting to fly. So we're going to get in, see which colonies made it through the winter. I'm super excited. I've got one colony. You know, you saw all those dead bees. I'm fearful of that one. If the other four survive, I'm happy. I'm fingers crossed on that one. Again, I see bees flying, so we're going to get in, feed them some winter patty. That's a soft, sugary mix that the bees really, really love. And then we'll pour some granular sugar on there as well to the ones that need it. So let's get inside and see if our bees are alive. Start off with Hatmaker colony here. This is named after Queen Ernie. See if they've got any bees up top eating on the sugar we've gave them last. Let's open this up. Do you see any bees? Oh yeah, they've got oh, look at here. They've got lots of bees still eating the sugar but look how many bees are in there. So I don't even have to touch them. So Queen Ernie and the Hatmaker colony is kicking butt and taking names. See if I can get that back on there without hurting any bees. So Queen Ernie and Hatmaker colony doing great. I'm super excited to get them covered back up and move on to the one we fear about, and that's over at Family Bee, our FedEx bees. Now we're at FedEx bees, and this is the one with all the dead bees. So let's get in here and see what we've got. And I do not see any bees up top. No bees at all. There's some bees coming and going, but you can see the patty's still here, the sugar's still here, and there are no bees at the top. So we're going to have to get inside here, see if there's a cluster of bees somewhere. If there is, we can reduce this colony down maybe into a smaller box. If there's not, then this is what's called a dead out. They died over the winter, and it is all she wrote for FedEx bees. So let's get inside here and check. Start off, we'll pop the box open, and the fact that it's not even sealed, oh, there's some bees in here. Of course, those could just be robber bees taking what was left of the honey away. So let me set this off to the side, and we'll start pulling some frames out and see if we see any bees at all. So this, let me pull one out on the side. This is the one. So if we don't see any, so this is very light, no honey, everything's been taken off of that. A little bit of pollen. But let's see, man, I just see dead bees, that's all I see. So nothing. There's one bee flying up, but let's see if there's any stores on here. No stores. All the honey's been taken off. Yeah, all the honey's been taken off. We got to get these frames out of here so the wax moths, when it gets warm, don't get to it. So no bees here. Let's go down one more box, see if there are any bees hiding down there before we move on. Oh, that's so light. Yeah, so there's no honey at all left on that. Set that off to the side. No bees in there. Do we see any bees down in here? We can see this Swiffer sheet here just got dead bees all over it. All right, let's start. Let me pull an outside frame here, just in case. This box feels very, very light, guys. So I am thinking there is nothing in here. So let's get this out of here. Yeah, that's empty. You can see there was hardly anything as far as honey stores. Lots of dead bees in the bottom. I think we're going to have our first dead out. Nothing there. Lots of dead bees. Okay, here we go. Here's where the cluster was when it died. You see right here, guys? See how they're stuck all down inside there? There were a few bees being born right here. And we may actually get to see the queen. Let's see. May actually get to see the queen. Not on this frame. But, oh, here's more. Okay, so there was some drone brood that was left over. Let's see, do you see any? I do not see the queen. Again, no live bees, and then there's no honey in here whatsoever, but look at all the dead bees at the bottom. Oh my goodness, lots of dead bees. No honey stores, and oh man, all those dead bees at the bottom. Nothing left for the bees, but look, all of these dead bees. That's a lot of dead bees. So dead out. FedEx bees is gone. This was the colony I captured out of a tree by the Memphis International Airport, and I did get a split off this colony. So right next door to it is family bees, and they are doing well. Well, I think they're doing well, but FedEx bees dead out. Moving on over to family bees. This is the one that came from, oh, look at all the bees. Oh my goodness. Great news here. And in case you're wondering, the inner cover is sticking to the top because I've got moisture board up there. That's why as soon as I opened this up, you saw these bees. So, wow, lots and lots of bees in here. I'm going to add some of the sugar that was on FedEx bees over there. I'll add that to the top of here. Yeah, they are doing great though. Put some of this sugar right up in there. Get it real close to the edge for them. And really, they haven't eaten much since the last time I fed them. You can see how they've eaten some of the edge off there. But man, they are active for sure. Let's get a little bit more in there on this one. And then we'll feed the rest to the other bees. But man, these guys are doing very, very well. Smush that flat. I like to get some close in there. There we go. Get this cover back on before they come out and start attacking me. They really do not like all this activity. So let's get this lid back on and call this one checked. Well, we're 2 for 3 right now. And this is our barn bees. Barn bees was the huge bee colony we caught. There was a swarm on top of the barn. Bringing this thing down, I made huge mistakes. I got stung over and over. Never do that again. So I learned a lot from barn bees. Let's get in here and see what they look like. They were doing great last time I was in here, and I see bees flying now. So, oh yeah, they've eaten, and there are still lots and lots of bees in here. So let's go ahead and give them a little bit more sugar. You can take it from our dead out over there. Put this on here. Slide that right there. Get this. And they don't like me messing with them too much. Again, I fed them not too long ago. I don't think I videoed that feeding. So, all right. So these guys are doing great. Go ahead and get this cover back on. And call barn bees checked. Lots of activity here in the Ridge Apiary. Y'all see the little friend I got here on my glove? So they're out flying. So the last but not least is our Gunslinger bees. The last swarm catch, actually the second to last, the last swarm catch I caught absconded on me, meaning I had them in a box, I transferred all the comb over, and a few days later, they up and left. They just left everything behind. Probably the way I did it. I learned a lot from that. So this was the last swarm catch. I have a tree stand that has stayed, and this is Gunslinger bees with Queen June. So let's see how they are doing. And they were doing great last time I went in here. Cross my fingers. Oh, look at them. They are full. So full. This is awesome. So this is Queen June and Gunslinger bees. They've eaten all the sugar out right there. I'll give you a little closer look as I feed them. Just love working with these bees. Let's see if I can push them over without making them too mad. Get that off into there. Now let's see if I can get some of this sugar off of our dead out. Put that in here. Scrape that down in. They're starting to fly on me, aren't they? Not too happy, but they're like, goodness gracious, that ice storm is gone. We're so glad that's gone. Yeah, they're really starting to fly now. Let me clean this up so the lid goes down on better. But I'm gonna let you zoom in and see these bees closer and closer and closer. Well, there's a small hive beetle. Kill that bad boy. Don't like small hive beetles. But man, look at these beautiful bees. I'm just going to sit here and be quiet for a second and let you zoom in and see these beautiful bees. Get them covered back up. See, that's our old cover. So we have gotten 4 out of 5 colonies, made it through the worst of the winter so far. Now, I am really hoping we don't get too much more of this bad weather. Really, really rainy, and then cold. It just makes for a tough time for the bees. Now, what's really going to be a tough time for the bees is early spring. You're like, Tim, that's when the flowers bloom. That's when everything gets good. Well, what happens? These bees start to grow. The queen starts to lay tons and tons of eggs, and they got to feed all these newly hatching baby bees. Well, weather turns bad again, or there's not enough nectar source, they will starve. the bees will starve in the springtime. They make it all the way through the winter just to starve in the springtime because they're taking off like gangbusters. So I don't want to let that happen. I've got some pollen that I've got made up so I can supplement pollen. I've never done that before. This will be new for me doing pollen. I've always done sugar, but I can start, once it starts getting warm above freezing, get back into the syrup water. So the syrup water was a 2-to-1 mix in the wintertime, 1-to-1 mix in the summertime, springtime, and that's what we'll have to do to keep these guys living until they start making beautiful honey for us. So 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Well, I'm definitely not going to complain about only losing 1 colony here to this ice storm. It could have been a lot worse, and I've got friends that lost a lot more this year. I haven't paid a single penny for these bees. Every single bee out here was either a free split or a free swarm catch here on the ridge, all on this property. I didn't pay a penny for any of those bees. Now, I've got a lot more to learn and a lot more to show you, so please, if you haven't subscribed to Ridge Life already, take time to do so now. If you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Hit the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video comes out on Ridge Life. Guys, it is a beautiful day. We're gonna go take a walk down to the Ridge log home where Grandma Carol lives, show you some cool sights on the way out, so be sure to stick around for those. So until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and go Ridge Life.